Keep going. So I gotta restart because I've totally missed some stuff. So, new game. Yep. Yep. Alright. Rate, speed, very slow, fast. Run. Counters off. Speed off. Field AP on. That's cool. Put that down here. I was afraid you can skip it. And like, at least we only lost an hour. Not terrible. I think the last in an hour when we hit the river. It'll be a little easier this time. So I got to Ultros, but I forgot to get some important items, like the running shoes and stuff, which are needed to get through Ultros at low level. I totally forgot about those those very useful items. Because I went back through my low-level speedrun notes, and I definitely missed quite a few things. How you doing today, Lex? Hope you're doing good. I was gonna start streaming at 8, but I totally slept through my alarm, and then I had to go take care of some errands, so I started a little bit later than 10, like I do. Nice, what do you eat? I haven't eaten anything yet today. Tired. My first day at a new job yesterday, so I'm like physically exhausted. Yo, Yankees. You're a Yankees fan, huh? That kind of makes sense. I've always been a Giants fan. Very much just like the Dodgers. I don't know, just the way you kind of act sometimes, I guess. Although a lot of people are Yankees fans too, so. What's up, Zero? Giants and Yankees are family? Not the New York Giants. San Francisco Giants. I've never really liked the Yankees that much. I think they're a good team. They've always been a good team, but I've liked some of their players. Like I like Jeter, and I liked A-Rod, and I really like Aaron Judge right now. Yeah, it's still the same franchise, pretty much. The Yankees just have a lot more wins. I just put combat on slow instead of very slow. Yeah, but we didn't do anything with Bonds. Like, we never had a good enough team to take Bonds to the end. Lincecum was really good. He was like my favorite pitcher. Yeah, we did come pretty close. What time are the races, Zero? I've also always really liked the Astros, the old Astros. Was it Jeff Bagwell, right? Yeah, that Angels team was pretty good. I remember just watching baseball all the time when I was a kid, because I played baseball too. Played for like 9 years. I really enjoyed watching baseball. I still do. I just haven't watched much yet. Yeah. 2 p.m. match, that Eastern time, or? I'll have to probably check out the match 2-1. Eastern, okay. Yeah, definitely when they had Beltran. I've always really liked the Mariners too. The Mariners have always been, you know, pretty good choice of mine. You know, growing up watching Ken Griffey Jr. and Ichiro, and they were both really good. Opening match last night was last night. I was pretty tired from work, so I kind of like passed out super early. Cousins with Toronto, yeah. I really like watching SMB3 Rando. I just don't fully understand how people go fast in that game. I've never been good at it. So this was ARRET. We're gonna stick with the names that we had, and then when new characters come along, we'll. But yeah, I haven't actually watched baseball since the Giants were in the. It was like 2009, 2000. I think it was probably 2010 was the last time I actually sat down and watched baseball. The Giants were doing really good. I watch highlights and stuff, but I've never actually seen a game. I know all the like top name players and everything. I just never really got to. I know I got more into video games and YouTube and all that stuff. Yeah, they had a good streaky few years. I forgot these are upgraded, but we kind of need the items right now. I don't think we need them later. Yeah, Buster Posey. That was one of my favorite players. I think probably my all-time favorite player is Tony Gwynn, though. I love Tony Gwynn. He's such a good hitter. Yeah, Gwyn was just, yeah. And yeah, Zero, like, I don't know, I've just never been good at SMB3. Like, I understand, I watch speedruns and I watch the rando and stuff. I'm not good at it. So I think that's where I'm not confused, but I just don't understand how they do it because I'm not good at it. Yeah, dude hit 350 for fun. Like, he always had contact with it. He could see what was coming before it left the pitcher's hand. I think one thing I don't like about modern baseball is everybody's kind of a. Well, everybody tends to be go big or go home. Like, it's all power now. Nobody tries to strategize to hit, like a dinky single or which is. It is turning away? Okay. This was Jake. It's. Everybody's just trying to hit power now. At least from what I've seen recently. But yeah. Oh yeah, I'll definitely ask questions, Zero, when I start playing it. I need a different controller if I'm gonna play it though. I'm just using a cheap Switch controller right now. Something I really like. I like the pitch clock. Pitch clock definitely has made the game a little bit faster and better. I remember watching games when they didn't have the pitch clock, and it was just like sometimes innings would just drag on. Main concept just not as pushed. Okay. I mean, yeah, home runs are cool and all, but I don't know, that shouldn't be the focus of what you're trying to do. My opinion. Oh yeah, it's definitely important. I just... What's up, Fritz? I mean, like, hitting the ball hard is important, especially, if you're... You may just be trying to get the ball moving, but if you hit, like, a line drive like that, it's going to make it even harder to catch. Yeah, as long as you hit hard, like, it's going to be dang near impossible. Doing Easter stuff? I hope everybody's having a good Easter, by the way. This is my first year alone on Easter, so figured I'd stream and hang out with some people. Yeah, on base is definitely important. Yeah, I mean, I just moved to Texas, Fritz, so I don't have my kid here. But yeah, just kind of is what it is right now. I mean, it's alright, Zero. I'm not, like, down about it. I just don't know what to do with myself, so I'm streaming. Someone with 350 on base is equivalent to 6. Wow, that's actually... That's pretty interesting stat right there, Lex. I didn't know that. Yeah, Frith. I'm in the Discord. I've never been able to. I've never actually played it. I watched it played a ton. I know about it. I just have never. Yeah. But like I love FMW. I'm okay on SMW. SMW. Has a free game of the day every day? I'll have to check that out, Lex. And I do like the SMW rando. I've played that one a ton. At least when I was playing SMW. Yeah, Lex, I'll definitely have to check that out. It's like, I enjoy baseball. I've always enjoyed baseball. And I can understand how people find it boring to watch. But like, if you know about the game and you know how it all works and everything, yeah. Yeah, it's a lot more than just hit the ball, and just like the pure skill it is to even be able to make contact with a baseball like that is kind of mind blowing. Like the fastest I've ever even made contact with the ball, I think it was like 83 miles per hour, and that was a fastball out of a pitching machine. So like you knew where it was going and all that. But now it's like you got these guys who throw in like 85 curves and stuff. Yeah, certain swings required for certain different pitches and how you stand in the batter's box and where they play the infield and outfield, how they do shifts. Like a lot of it's really in depth. Yeah, baseball definitely has a lot more data than like NFL or NBA or anything. There's a lot that goes into it. And then you have all these random stats. I mean, I like the stat stuff, but sometimes I don't need like 500 pages of stats for one player. But I mean, I get it. Real-time data making comeback is pretty interesting. Something I never really thought about before. Yeah, I mean, if you look at what's happening, it definitely makes sense. I need to bump the battle speed just a little bit. Very slow might just be for boss fights, so I can strategize a little bit better. Just keeping it slow. That's interesting, Lex. I mean, like, it definitely makes sense, but I don't know, it's not something that the average person kind of thinks about. Yeah, you definitely don't blindly follow it. Like, there's obvious, like, if somebody's not been playing well the past few games, you're gonna obviously try to make a change to adjust against somebody who has been playing well. Like, if somebody's been consistently, hitting shallow singles and you're playing everybody deep, you might want to adjust your outfield a little bit. Or, extend your infield. He's him now. Yeah. I mean, I like Judge. I think he's a good kid. Which feels weird to say, professional athlete's a kid, but he's like, what, 29? He's been around for a while, right? He might be close to 30-ish. 32? 33? Okay. So he's not really a kid. He's still younger than I am, but still. Yeah, he looks like a kid. He looks like he's really young. It's that staying in fit. Staying in fit definitely does a lot for your skin and your health. You got leaner this year? I put on a lot of weight this year. Let's buy 20. Give us some money. We gotta buy a sword to Eagle. Well, yeah, that's going to come with time. Obviously, he's staying with his fitness routine and keeping his, his health up. Cut more fat, put on more muscle. Yeah, that's true as well. I used to be that skinny little guy. I got out of the Marine Corps at 22. Yeah, 22. And I was 6'3" and like 178, 175, somewhere around there. Like, I wasn't out of shape. I was skinny, but I was also fit, I guess. I put on a little bit of weight over the past like year and a half, 2 years. At one point, a few years ago, I was down to 192. I lost like 50 pounds in like 7-8 months. So I had a belly and then tried to cut weight, and I did it successfully, and then I put it all back on. But I've been losing a little bit of. Yeah. Yeah, so I had lost the weight And I got into a relationship where I was starting to cook everything and kind of getting lazy. And I started making, you know, these rich, fatty foods, and then I was, yeah. Because like I love cooking for people, and if I have somebody to cook for, I'm gonna try and make the most like delicious thing I can make, and it usually ends up being something fatty and you know, yeah. Because the fattier the food is, the usually the better it is. Like eggs Benedict is mostly butter. What's up, Vonnie? How you doing, man? Good to see you. How's everything been going, man? I keep trying to catch you streaming, but I end up falling asleep. Then I end up like catching the rerun of it. There are a few times I've caught you lately, and I just kind of burnt out. I think it's pretty. Not being in the same time zone as you has definitely changed. Yeah, I know you haven't streamed for a few weeks. I'm talking about just like in the past few months. Like I'll see your post in Discord the next morning that you went streaming, and I'm like, oh crap, I missed it. Yo, Vonnie, thank you so much for the resub, man. Welcome back. 47 months, so it's almost 4 years. I can't believe this September or October, it'll be 10 years of me streaming. It's kind of hard to believe, really. Almost a decade of streaming. Yeah, and then to think I wasn't even going to plan on streaming, then I was watching Twitch and I stumbled upon a Retro Gaming Live. Yo, Frith, thank you so much for the sub. Welcome back. Yeah, there was not a lot of time. There was not a lot of streaming within the past few years, and I think a lot of it had to do with me being in IT and being burnt out of sitting in front of a screen all day. That really kind of put a hamper on everything. I just didn't want to do anything afterwards. But I was also out, I got in a relationship after I got divorced, dated for 2 years. I was always out camping or doing something. So it definitely took a big toll on everything. But I did enjoy my time out, exploring the world. I went to a lot of places I'd never been before. I went to a lot of concerts. I went camping a lot. I just got overworked and burnt out, and needed to. I needed to find a better cost of living area too. So, Texas is where I ended up. But yeah, so like never would have actually. Yeah, so they let you change it back to classic or the regular. And I like the classic text a lot better. Yeah, to think about, like, stumbled upon a Paladin speedrun. It was in like September of 2016, and it was, I think it was just Pally percent or something like that. I never would have thought that it would have, ended up with me streaming. And then I started picking up FF4 is a speed run, and figured, hey, I better learn it, and one thing led to another, and ended up doing. Overworld is still blinding. I don't like the Chocobo that much. I can probably turn the contrast down a little bit. I just usually like brighter screens. So we're gonna leave these items till the World of Ruin, because I know I like these items upgraded more. Yeah, I'm glad you learned to run it too, Bonnie. I never would have really even known about you. Yeah, I wouldn't be where I am today if not for game and FF4 in general. It opened a lot of doors for me. It made me a lot of friends, and it's just been an amazing thing. So I forgot to do this last time. I didn't go down to the secret area and get all the GP chests and the running shoes and stuff like that. So that's why we got stuck at Ultros. I grab those, and then I need to go to... I think it's the inn, right? Pretty sure it's the inn. No, hold on. It's been so long since I've played this, I can't remember. Oh, it's the mansion. Where I went the wrong way in the mansion. Okay. Jeez. Totally having like a brain fart of everything. It's behind this bookcase up here. Whoa, what's this? Oh, they just added that thing there. Okay. That makes sense. The save room. These are just gold chests. Or guild chests, whatever you want to call them. Okay. Now I need to go buy some gear. And then make our way to Colts. You need to buy a mithril sword. Greatsword. Greatsword actually better than the sword. Buy some armor. Loads. 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 Another thing, it's been pretty awesome seeing how far everybody's kind of come along when I first met them. When I started streaming, and I don't know, it's been pretty awesome. Okay, let's do some equipping. And hyper wrist. And you'll get the Genji glove and the Hermes sandals. Now you'll get... Or no, the Hermes sandals go on Sabin when we get them, so we can do more. I have to remember to unequip lock before we sleep. But the returns in. Right, go this way. This whole diagonal thing is still throwing me off a lot. Sometimes it'll accidentally do it a couple times, and it throws off where I'm actually at on the map. So I gotta remember against Vargas that unless I'm not doing a ton of damage, I should probably use the use Overbolt twice and then Pummel. Okay, so we want to move Hyper Wrist to Giga's Glove. Hyper Wrist on you. Save. There we go. It feels so weird running through here without encounters on. Alright. This shouldn't be too bad. We struggled last time. I think we just weren't doing enough damage that Sabin had to add more damage. So Terra's gonna go down here. And then I'll have Locke do healing. Ooh. Okay, what did I miss last time? The Locke should survive. Throw potion on Edgar. A potion on himself, unless he gets killed by a punch. I don't think he will, though. I think I was just under-geared last time. I didn't have the right stuff. Try and bring Terra back up after this Gale Cut. Throw another fire in there. I think another fire would be good. As long as he doesn't do Gale Cut right away. We should be good. Alright. So we'll do Orbital and then Pummel. Let's see if that helps. Last time we had to do like Pummel 3 times. We like died. Of course he starts with a Gale Cut, why wouldn't he? And then a Pummel. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't work right away last time either. It was frustrating. Okay. At least we don't have to do this fight like... Whoa, okay, so we have to do it again, I guess. Whatever. At least we don't have to do the fight like... We have to do it like 3 or 4 times last time because it just wasn't working. Alright, remember to unequip block. Alright, we'll do some equipment right now. I'll make sure we just remove everything from block is the big thing. Remove all into these sandals get removed. So you Terra needs to have better defense in general. Save. I'll have multiple saves. Yeah. I do like how they made it so you can't soft lock in this version, though. I think it's only ever happened to me one time. Pretty much back to where we were. Make sure to get all the gear. Go up here, little shop. Make sure we get the Genji glove. Edgar will have to go in the front row. Just keep all our equipment here. We will arrange it though. We gotta go back up here anyway, so we'll say no. Since we watched the yes cutscene last time, we'll watch the no one this time. Okay, go here. Do all our equipping. We make sure Edgar is in the front row. He has the best gear. Genji glove. He's better armor. Defense 34. So we'll remove that. Can't even equip it. He's gonna be able to survive. So we had just better armor for him. I think we'll be okay then. I think you get a full heal before you jump on the river still. Oh, there's a full heal pot by the thingamajig. Oh, not auto battle. Used the wrong button. Accidentally turned on auto battle. Whoops. As long as we can make it to the cave. No more encounters? Alright, we're gonna die here. No, yeah, that's fine. Oh, that one. Alright. I just need to use Noise Blaster on Edgar. Alright. We're gonna change Rose. Remove the Hermes sandals for now. Did you get a full heal? We'll use Noise Blaster so we can run away. Oh, you don't get a full heal. Never mind. That's why I was bad. I think we might die again. Okay, as long as they use Wing, that's fine. We'll give time for Bannon to escape. Another encounter probably up here. Right, we'll hit a cave at least, so we can bring everybody back and up to full health. Okay. Now we're safe. I'm gonna bump the battle speed down very slow for the Ultros fight, though. Fine. Hopefully we have eye drops. I think we do. It'll be good for Ultra's fight in case Jared gets blinded. Ultras might take a few tries. Now we have the right gear and everything. So all good. Sure we equip everything right. Front row, you're all good there. You get Hermes sandals. Oh. Alright. Attempt number 1 on the second attempt of the game. Now that we have all the good... I didn't bump my battle speed down. I think I'll be... No, not auto battle, damn it. We keep getting these dang fights. Okay. Okay, good there. Lame. Alright. Battle speed needs to change. Royal Shock. Yeah, I think the minimum you can do is 50, 58. He's in the back row still, right? Yeah. Okay. Take two. Might have to put Edgar in the back row. Stick with auto crossbow strats. You would hit Bannon too, you jerk. There was a way to get an earring earlier. Pretty sure there's not. Massive Sabin. On. Rude. Whatever. I think we're dead. Exactly 57. Oh! Try a different approach here. Bring up her defense. You in the back row. So I'm doing like 150, 160 with the attacks. Pondering. But if I'm doing more damage with auto crossbow, it'll be like 150 something, I think. Come on. Didn't even get a fire up, really. Oh, where am I going wrong? Let me open my stupid notes. Let's see. Genji glove on Edgar, running shoes and white cape on Sabin. Bolt of Mithril shield. Need to worry about that. Save and reset for Rivernet, blah blah blah. Or Edgar. Down in health. So I don't know if the fire trick you the counter canceling or whatever works in this. Alright, let me just double check. White cape, Hermes sandals. He can survive a tentacle. She can't. Doesn't matter what shield she has on. Just keep going at it. I've done this multiple times before when I was, but it was on SNES, so. I don't know if anything was really changed or not. I don't know if counter canceling still works, etc. Combat definitely feels a little different than on the SNES, though, so I don't know. Need to weight trick everything. Got all the right gear. Come on. This heads is fine. Why does it take so long to cast? That's what I'm worried about. Prey goes off before, which it shouldn't. See? Maybe I need something to eat. I'm gonna take a break, get some lunch, and then I'll be back at 2 Central. I hope you guys are having a good Easter. I'm gonna do some pondering and see where I can get this fixed at. So in the meantime, go enjoy your Easter, and I'll be back in like 2.5 hours. I just need something to eat. I haven't eaten really anything yet today. All right, guys. Take care. Thank you again for everybody for coming out. But we're going to get through this today. At least through Ultros. Pound my head against the wall a few times. We'll see. All right, later.